Hey, this is the Entertainment Advice Channel. What I want to talk about today is the question a lot of people have, which is the question of, is a Star Wars series screwed? Now, when it comes to answer this question, I'm going to be quite blunt and honest with you. Simply put it, the answer to that question, I believe, is a yes. I believe the Star Wars series is screwed, which means it's probably going to be discontinued. Now, the reason why I say that is that the problem with Star Wars is that it has too many things that have been covered in it, which means obviously stories and side stories and stuff that have been covered in it that have been covered, and not just been covered, but have been poorly executed when it's been covered. Whether it could be everything from the time period between Darth Vader, when he obviously first became Darth Vader, from Revenge of the Sith all the way to the beginning of the original Star Wars trilogy. Obviously, that span of time that has been covered through movies and stuff that cover a lot of things that happened between that span of time that have not just been covered but have been extremely poorly covered, to things that have also covered a span of time between when Anakin obviously first became a Jedi to the time he became an official Jedi warrior, like you saw in Revenge of the Sith, at least for of course, the beginning of it. Those two main span periods of time for the Star Wars series, simply put it, have had a lot of series that have covered it that have been poorly covered, and since it's been poorly covered, obviously people do not enjoy it. And obviously, if you already covered something, you can't just say, okay, this has been poorly covered, okay, I'm just gonna randomly create a new series to cover for the things that we covered for that have been poorly covered. Okay, whether it could be things like the Mandalorian series, to obviously other series that they had, like for example the Han Solo movie thing they had when Han Solo was young. All those different stories and so on and so forth they have just simply been poorly just covered, for that matter. And since they've been poorly covered, you can't fix it, because obviously if you try to fix it, then it creates a lot of plot holes, as a result of that. And especially since Star Wars is one main idea when it comes to a series, it's not one of those types of series that's made up of several different stories. Like for example, the Spider-Man universe, where there's many different alternate universes and stuff. When it comes to Star Wars, it's one main universe. The truth of the matter is, if it's one main universe, for that matter, okay, when it comes to the world of Star Wars, how do you fix something when someone's already screwed it up? Okay, are you gonna have a complete reboot of it or something? Because if you were to do a complete reboot, how would that make any sense? Or are you gonna cover it in a far, far, far distant future? How the hell does that make any sense either? So the truth of the matter is, no matter how you look at it, it was ruined, and it was ruined by Hollywood, because Hollywood ruins everything. Specifically Disney at this point in history. They literally ruin everything. They're not good anymore, and a lot of the people, as the old story goes, who were good probably left, and since the good people left, they replaced them with people who don't even know what they're doing, and so on and so forth. So as a result of that, the quality of everything has gone down dramatically. So the truth of the matter is, the media, the series of Star Wars and so on and so forth is simply screwed. It's simply screwed, and it was nice. It was such a great storyline, so fascinating, so full of adventure and stuff, and it's just kind of done now. It just wasn't well done. There is always a possibility of a hope it could change. Yes, there was a pun there, but even though there's always a hope that it can change, it would probably most likely not really happen, in all honesty. And it also just simply comes down to the fact that Disney owns it. If Disney owns something, they're not just going to randomly give it away randomly, and when it was fully given to them because they paid for it, who's going to take it then? That's a problem that I want to ask. Who's going to take it then? Okay, what, some other freaking company or something? Like, who would want to take Star Wars at this point? It's just done. It's done, and it's just not what it used to be. So the truth of the matter is, it just fell off, and it's not really gonna make much of a comeback. I don't know how it's gonna make much of a comeback. It's screwed no matter how you look at it. But in the end of the day, it was fun. It was enjoyable while it lasted. It clearly has left its impact on media and popular culture, for that matter, that is gonna last literally forever. You know, it's just not gonna go away. Like, how do you make it go away? Like, you know, when it comes to its impact, it's influenced a lot of things, and even a lot of anime, TV shows and stuff in subtle or even major ways. It just simply has left that impact. But at the end of the day, when it comes to a series, it's probably going to be discontinued. There might be a possibility it could be saved, but it'd be very hard to do. We don't know if it's going to be saved. But at the end of the day, it's probably not going to be saved. It just had too many people came along and screwed it up, and they just screwed it up. They didn't know what they were doing. They were too focused on putting this message in it, you know, by just having random like LGBTQ plus characters, and just stupid things that were added to it to make it more enjoyable for like really little kids to watch. Like, for example, having characters who never lose, which has actually been popularized as being called the Rey effect, and so on and so forth. It's had too many of those things. So as a result of that, how exactly can you save something like that? So that's the truth of the matter. No matter how you look at it, the series is screwed. There's no way to save it, and that's all I have to say. It was fun while it lasted, but we have to face reality. It's done, okay? Especially with the new Star Wars movies we're releasing in recent times. How do you save that? The stuff they've released in recent times have been shit. So that's the truth. It's done. Anyway, this is my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video and videos like this, remember to thumbs this video up and hit the subscribe button. And this is all I have to say, and simply put it, later.